kid, wears number 15 for the Raiders, wearing their road blue uniforms. Hendricken in white, green trim, set the tip-off.
State championship game is underway. Ball immediately to the floor. Hendricken will come up with it. So first held ball will result in a Shea possession. Raiders come out in a man-to-man D. I'm always used to seeing the Raiders in the black and white like the Oakland Raiders.
Well, they had that helmet on the logo, the Raider logo on their football helmets for many, many years under head coach Kino Campopiano.
The blue and gray is kind of throwing me here. There's a block inside. Justin Missoula, the block on the foul line jumper.
I think these day and age of uniforms, you know, Peter, that everybody wants to try to outdo the next guy. The school colors are blue and white, but the gray trim added to it. They play in a gym affectionately known as the Cage, which is one of the old school gyms where you cannot shoot a three-pointer within 5 feet of the baseline in the corners because that's as far as the line goes.
Three-pointer by Missoula from the corner won't go. Rebound pulled down by, how do you pronounce that?
Agia. Abdul Agia.
My apology.
Also plays wide receiver and defensive back on the football team for the Raiders as well.
So the ball will go to Hendricken. We played a minute 19, still looking for our first basket of the afternoon. As Marty mentioned earlier, the LaSalle Academy girls having lost twice in the regular season, or twice coming into today's game, once during the regular season, once in the D1 state championship game, beat the Eagles to become the state champions, although Barrington is the Division I state champion.
And just talking to Coach Reddy downstairs in between games, very proud of his kids. He said halfway through the season, he kind of changed his defenses around a little bit. Instead of running, jumping, trapping, he went more to a pack line defense, of packing it in, and it paid dividends for his young team.
Agia blocked again. This time it was by Tyrone Weeks.
Yeah, Tyrone Weeks, athletic, had a heck of a game yesterday. Did Weeks as well. Really was the difference here for the Hawks.
Cross-court pass, almost having it stripped away was Soe. Correct, Soe? Or So?
So you go.
Oh, and there's a clear over the back called on Agia. You know, boxing out, as far as I'm concerned, and you're a high school coach, so I think in the days of AAU and fundamentals have been lost, and boxing out is one of them, but that was a great box out by the Hawks.
If I agree with you 100,000,000%, then you're right. Yeah, it is by Missoula, who's going on to play his collegiate ball at George Washington University.
We'll get a chance to play in this building again.
Yes,
right?
they will.
Part of the A10.
Yeah.
I was walking around this building in between games, traveling violation called on Missoula. What a gem for the state of Rhode Island. You've got, of course, the Dunkin' Donuts Center where Providence College plays, but PC is not the state university. Rhode Island is URI, and what a great site this is.
Yeah, it's a great facility. Because here's what Hendricken can do best. If they can get out and they can run with you, they're going to hurt you. But, yeah, this building, the facility, the construction of it, the upkeep of it, the Thomas M. Ryan Center, the former chairman, I think he still is the chairman of CBS Corporation, named after him. Far cry from Keeney Gymnasium.
And if I'm not mistaken, the gym at Rhode Island College is also the Ryan Gymnasium, named for Thomas Ryan.
I believe it is. I know it's the Murray Center, as that basket is good by Malik Muhammad Hester to give Shea the lead, but I believe you're absolutely correct.
Just goes to show the generosity of Mr. Ryan to the young people of the Ocean State. That ball will stay with Hendricken.
CBS Corporation also, they give back in many, many, many ways. CBS Downtown 5K, you know, one of the big events in Providence, year in and year out. They give back to local high schools and charities with the money that's raised from that road race.
I believe our camera person today, Patricia Gay, ran in that 1 year. There's a basket down low off of the inbounds. Isaiah Milers puts it in. We're deadlocked it to a piece.
Good steal by Milers that time on the baseline out of bound play. Nothing fancy. Sometimes you don't have to be too tricky on inbounds.
Three-pointer, corner, good.
Malik Muhammad Hester with all 5 of Shea's points to this early juncture of this game.
Hester, the 6'1" senior forward.
He only had 3 3-pointers during the year coming into today's game.
Oh, heck of a save there by Agia.
And the skip pass was headed toward the quad and the top of the campus here. Shows athleticism.
Agia underneath will be bumped. It wasn't much of a push, but it was enough by Angel Sanchez to draw the foul.
A great recognition that time by Unique Duarte, who saw that he was matched up on Sanchez on a guard, and they rotated out. And Shea earlier looks like they're throwing one of their post players. Right now it's currently Malik Muhammad Hester to the corner to try to isolate Agia.
Agia makes the... Did he make that or miss that? I thought
He made that one. He was 68 for 120 from the year. He makes them both.
You're right. I was thinking it was 6-2 before the free throw, but now 7-2. This is my 14th game this week calling, so pardon me if I get a little lost from time to time.
You save your best partner for last, right?
Yeah, that's
I know that was
absolutely.
those are the next words out of your mouth.
My best partner is riding home with me.
Oh, Saving a Beauty by Peter Gay, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it.
11 and a half left, first half. Shea out to the early lead, looking for their second straight upset. This one would give them the state championship. But Hendricken runs the floor as well as anyone. Sanchez 4-2.
I believe this is the first time where these teams have played since 1949.
Wow.
Being in different divisions, they would not see each other. And that's the opportunity of this tournament. What it does, it allows teams from different leagues and demographics to play each other.
Unable to save the ball was So over on the baseline in front of the Hendricken bench. So the Hawks with a 3 here could tie this one up. That one missed. Nice rebound by Mohammed Hester.
He's a strong kid. We were down there talking at the beginning of the game, Tara and I, pregame, standing next to some of these guys. They are very large individuals. Nice pass.
What a pass underneath. Completing the play was So. 9-4.
Yeah, nice pass up by backdoor cut. Overplayed. They'll deal it with aggression, and you just go backdoor. Good pass by the big man.
Hendricken looking to answer. In the land of the big men was Sanchez, and as you would expect, did not fare too well.
Shea doing a great job on the defensive boards to this point in time, not giving Hendricken any second opportunities.
That one will fall.
That's what he's been doing all tournament. Erickson Bands had 31 against Mount Pleasant, had 27 yesterday. If you want to donate, 2600 Menden Road, Cumberland, Rhode Island tomorrow. Greatly appreciate it to melt some of the snow on our fields.
Wow.
Be my 15th year there, helm of the Clippers. Great kids, great district. Outstanding educational experiences for all our student athletes.
Now the field's across the street from the high school, right?
Yes. It's a swamp at one point. My guy I teach with a friend of mine, Dale O'Dell, when he was a kid, he used to be able to skate over it because it would always freeze over in the winter.
Hendricken having a tough time offensively to start this one off. And if you're Shea, you've got the #1 seed on the ropes here in the early going. Not that you can deliver a knockout blow, but you can certainly give yourself some breathing room.
Yeah, the bigger the lead grows, the bigger the comeback has to be. Good job by Agia getting out of that double that time.
Traveling violation. Mohammed Hester, not quite sure what he wanted to do with the basketball. And that's usually not good.
Yeah, he got stuck in between. Great defense by Bobby Fiorito, who kind of came over and jumped into the lane right away and took that lane away. I'm sure Jamal Gomes' message was team to, all right, fellas, let's settle down. Let's do what we do best. Just make some shots.
Hendricken working perimeter. Shea doing a nice job moving that zone.
Good hands by Bands right there. Puts Fiorito on the floor, and Bands comes up with the steal.
Band's wise move to slow it down because Hendricken, while he was fumbling to get the ball, had a tough time. But no tough time there delivering the three-pointer.
Oh, Eric Bands, holy cow.
Miss Raiders. Boy, they are playing a disciplined brand of basketball to start this one off against the cold shooting Hendricken Hawks. Oh, an offensive charge will be called on Bands, so no basket, which is a shame because that was a thing of beauty.
That was a good setup right there, but Bands, as he turned the corner, had the defense guy standing right there outside the circle. Good court vision, though, by Bands. He's just has great vision seeing the court, does Bands, who has 5 points early here for the Raiders in this 10-point lead.
8.5 left, only 2 field goals for the Hawks. They come baseline, clean block, and that will go to the Hawks.
No, Shea, I think it goes to Shea on the jump ball, and Coach Matt Pitt is right away talking to the ref saying, hey, we get that call down the other end. Can we get the same call down our end?
Yeah, because working his way baseline, Missoula knocked over one of the Raiders.
Well, that's what he's talking about. A little pat in the back for the officials saying, hey, that's okay. I don't mind that call. Let's make sure we get it also.
Shea from 17.
12-point lead now for the Raiders. Great crowd on hand here at the Ryan Center for the state championship game.
There's a block inside. Everything going Shea's way right now.
Shea's packed it in defensively, too, with the zone here, so not allow any interior stuff by Hendricken.
3-on-2. There's, a blocking foul. And the Shea crowd not too happy about that, but I thought it was a good call, because at the last second, Mohammed Hester slid over just a tad to the left.
Yeah, I agree. We had a perfect angle on that as Weeks was driving his first foul. Third team foul for the Raiders. I agree. Think about this Hendricken team. So many different guys can hurt you. Somebody at some point is going to have to make a basket and start putting the pressure on here for the Hawks.
Foul will be called on Ajia, and what the official said to Abdul was, when your arms came down, that's where the foul was called. And let's face it, most officials, Marty, that's an automatic.
Oh, absolutely, and that's the second foul on Ajia. You're right. We had talked in the girls' game, too. Now guys go up. As long as they're airborne and their hands are straight up, that's not a foul anymore, even if you brush with the body. Weeks makes his first free throw. He's an 82% free throw shooter on the year. 71 for 81. That's pretty good darn shooting right there. We've only been tied once at 2-2. Weeks makes his second free throw.
16-6. Hendricken still with only the 2 field goals. Bands gets it corner to Mohammed Hester. Back to Bands. Bands double teamed in the corner. Little shuffle pass somehow skips over to Rodriguez. Duarte then swallowed up baseline.
Great job by Jalen Watson. Quick hands that time, knocking that ball out. Missoula's own man tried to set a screen. He got in his way. Almost
resulted in a travel. There's a foul on the way in. It will go against So.
This is not desperation time, but you're 9 minutes in with 6 points in a state championship game. At some point, but going to the free throw line, sometimes it does. You get to the basket, you make buckets, and you start chipping away this way. In the meantime, you put pressure on the other team by causing them foul trouble.
That is the 5th team foul on Shea. Hendricken has only committed 1. Which, if you mention that to a referee, that will drive him crazy. But at the same time, they're going to glance up at the scoreboard and notice that. And I find that they tend to even themselves out.
Yeah, but as a coach, you can say that over and over again. But if one team's driving, one team's taking jump shots, that's what happens.
Hitting in traffic, Robert Ferrito. And Marty,
Here, Shea has to really distance themselves from a 12-point lead at 16-4. A little 5-0 run now here by the Hawks with 3 free throws in there. But, empty possessions, even in the first half, this is when they're big. When you have a chance to get your foot on the throat to step on somebody and just keep on attacking.
Shea with the basketball. Bands turns it over. Hendricken, chance to cut it with a 3. They do cut it to within 4. And a traveling violation. Tough call.
Yeah, I know about that. Erickson Bands jumped out on defense right there. And ended up causing the offensive guy to pick up his foot.
Raiders looking for a basket, and Band's second trip down court turns the ball over.
Yeah, a little miscommunication between Bands and Mohamed Hester here.
Looked like Bands that time tried to go for style with the pass.
Yeah, style points, unfortunately, are not awarded in this game.
Hendricken moving it around, foul line, almost a travel there. Jumper by Milers, won't go. Weak side rebound pulled down by So.
Once again, doing a great job on the boards, though, Shea, limiting the Hawks to any second chances. And that's kind of basically kept this lead where it is.
Oh, nice cut, nice recognition. Erickson Band for 2. He now has 7, but a travel down the other end. 2 points that were clearly ready to go in the scoring column for Hendricken, taken off the board. The shuffle by Milers.
Yeah, it's a game of momentum, and young men, emotional, and you're in the game, and next thing you know, you get a bucket, you get a travel, and now you get a foul, and you're going back to the free throw line. And while we sort this out, I'd like to remind you that with 17 locations and a team of more than 100 doctors, therapists, and trainers, Ortho Rhode Island is the largest, most comprehensive orthopedic practice in the state. Visit orthopedicsri.com to learn more about getting the care you deserve. And before the second free throw goes up, I might as well keep throwing promos
You're
out
on a
there.
roll.
Because remember, you are watching live coverage of Rhode Island Interscholastic League basketball championships on the NFHS network. NFHSnetwork.com/RIIL is your destination for most comprehensive coverage of Rhode Island Interscholastic League championship action.
Thought you were going to read soccer.
No, I did not. Thank you.
The script says soccer, but
I know.
I did hear the pause because I did the same thing in the first game. There's a foul from behind on Missoula. And now the third team foul. So the fouls are getting closer here, 5-3.
Yeah, Shea has kind of thwarted that little mini run that Hendricken put at them, and they're back to a double-digit lead with 5:01 remaining here in the first half. Marty Crowley, Peter Gay coming to you high above courtside at the home of the Rhodey Rams with a win today. Hopefully they get to the Sweet 16. It's been great for the area, great for New England.
Long range three by Bands.
Speaking of New England, that one was from Jamestown.
And what usually happens on a missed three-pointer from that range, a fast break for 2 down the other end of the court. Oh, look at the pass, but Mohamed Hester can't convert.
Yeah, Hendricken, you want to get back in the game. This is it. Do it in transition.
Well, that will certainly help Justin Missoula. That's his first basket, is that right?
The first basket, averaging 18.8 a game on the year. His first hoop with the 4:12 remaining here in the first half.
The lead is 16-footer. Missed by So. So would have had the rebound had he followed his shot. He did not.
Great job by Duart on defense right there. Saw Bands and just kind of tipped it to him.
Good block underneath. Nice call by the official. And then a foul down away from the basketball. Mohamed Hester, clearly frustrated, tripped up one of the Hawks right in front of the eyes of the official.
So with the G on the bench with 2 fouls now, it's just there's no real inside threat other than Mohamed Hester right here, and a little frustration right there by him, as you just alluded to. Picks up his first foul.
Hester listed at 6'1", as Marty mentioned, Agia at 6'4".
Plays longer. He has long arms as well, so he's 6'4", but probably plays 6'7" or so, the way his length is.
Way to beat a zone, pass the ball. Hendricken does. They can't make the shot. They get another opportunity, missed that one. And rebound pulled down by Mohamed Hester. He will be tied up. Alternating possession will go to the Hawks.
Matt Pitta was yelling timeout, timeout, timeout for the Raiders. He did not get it, though. The officials did not hear him.
Hendricken trying to inbounds under the basket. Nice job defensively by Shea. They come inside to Mazzulla.
Nice pass.
Oh, nice recognition. Sanchez can't convert. Ball tied up. Alternating possession. This time will go to the school from Pawtucket.
Good pass that time on the back end, but they can't convert.
You mentioned the cage at Shea High School.
That's a great place.
One of my favorite things about Shea High School, the cement wall around the school has famous quotes all over it.
Yeah, you're right, it does.
Engraved into it, I should say.
Yeah, those cookie cutter schools, at the time Shea and Tolman, those small gyms with used to have walls in them. And
Mazzulla missed what should have been a short 2 points.
Shea still with a 6-point lead here with a chance to get it back up.
This is going to be a blocking foul, I do believe.
Yeah, on Mazzulla, so that's going to be his second foul.
Boy, it certainly looked like he had position.
That one probably more than the first one, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And it's good coaching. And Jamal Gomes talking to the official about that right now. And the official, he's not going to get the call he wants, obviously. The call is made. Frank Iannetta will hear it from him a little bit, but he didn't make the call.
Is it coincidence that the official who makes the call stepping on the sideline? So Johnny Most would say justice prevailed for the Hawks. For the Hawks.
Without any McFilthy or McNasty references, right?
Absolutely. Stanislavski. Is it a coincidence that the official made the call, rotated to the farthest?
Right, I think they do. There's a rotation, and I think that's, I don't know if it's done by design, but it's a good job by the officiating crew if it is the way that the guys work.
Now we see the official out near the scorer's table making that call. Let's see if he rotates to the near baseline. Apparently he does.
Yes, he does. As a matter of fact, the officials just even talked about that. You just saw him in conversations. He's rotating here. And it's 1-1, and Mazzulla will go to the free throw line. Bands picks up the foul there. Maybe a little extracurricular yipping there.
Well, he almost had the steal. Then he reached in again, and it was on the third try that the foul was called. Mazzulla misses the front end of the 1-1.
Tyreek Rodriguez checks in the game now, replacing him. Hendricken now with a little pressure in the backcourt.
And
great game on both sides. Back to you.
Absolutely. We mentioned it at the start of the first game today. Defense wins championships. You're seeing two great defenses battling here for the Rhode Island title.
Yeah, great point by Tara. We talked, as you heard in pregame, too, about Hendricken high flying, attack, and just nobody can finish here. And for two teams that don't play each other, it comes down to they've scouted. It's a battle of attrition. Just keep on fighting.
So Mazzulla at the line again after having just missed the front end of a 1-1. Misses the first.
Justin Mazzulla, 134 for 191, a 70% free throw shooter. That's an average of 8 times a game he gets to the line.
You can certainly see why. Makes his third attempt of the afternoon, and the lead is down to 5.
The great Missoula basketball family, as we mentioned, too. His cousin, Chelsea Marandola, Played at Providence College, out of Johnston High School as well. So great basketball bloodlines by the Missoula family.
Ball loose. Boy, a 3-second call. I have a tough time with that call because at one point, Duarte lost control of the basketball.
Correct. So you get another 3 seconds. That's the way it goes. You get 3, you get another 3, and that's it.
And Hendricken catching Shea, still questioning the call.
Nice job by Joe Adeboyega, number 20, who's checked into the game to give the Raiders a block there.
I thought you said attaboy.
Well, that says Adeboyega. That's how it's pronounced. It's an attaboy, is what I was told.
And if we are mispronouncing names, trust me, if you've ever been to a high school game, you ask one assistant coach one thing, that will be a blocking foul, apparently. No, it'll be a charge.
A travel call, I believe.
Was that what it was?
Brent Kerman kind of stared at it, thought about it, and decided to call travel on that play. Just try being a PA announcer at a soccer game when you pronounce somebody's name wrong from the opposite team.
Everybody screams up at you.
And storms the press box to let you know that it wasn't Sally, it was Soleil or something of that sort.
Well, I have found over the years you'll talk. You try not to bother the head coach before a game, so you go to one of the assistant coaches. There'll be 2 of them standing there. Hey, how do you pronounce Adeboyega's name? There's an alley-oop that won't go. Ball fought for. Shea will come away with it. Look at the athleticism, and unable to save was Duarte. But one assistant coach will say one thing, the other will say another. They'll just say, we just call him Joe.
Yeah, that's right. And his name could be Fredrickson the Great or something, and it's just...
My response always, yeah, but what do I call him? There are no... Actually, I did do a high school game where there was a pronunciation guide, believe it or not. Sure, your teams all have those, right?
Yeah, of course we do. Isaiah Miles now with the putback. Cuts the Shea lead to 3 points with under 20 seconds to go here in the half. Hendricken extending defense. Backcourt violation. I thought that ball might have been tipped.
Yeah, the referee saying it went off his own knee. And you notice the assistant coaches were unhappy with the call. Matt Petta never questioned it. 11.9 left. Ooh, that was almost a clear out by Missoula. Steal. And a hard foul plus the basket.
Well, that's a big hoop for Gerald So and the Raiders right there, who were up 16-5, and since that time they've been outscored 11-3 coming down the stretch here. But So with a chance to extend this lead to 6 going into the halftime. Great body control by Gerald So, too. He knew he was going to get hit, protected the ball, and he finished.
21-16. Boy, that is a big swing heading into the locker room. Hendricken will get one desperation shot. Good! Off of the glass and in before the buzzer sounds.
It was in all the way, Bobby Fiorito.
Hopefully it will still be a game by then. Hendricken with the basketball. Speaking of game, they trail by 3 points. As we start out second half play with the ball, Isaiah Milers cross court to Fiorito. Fiorito has scored the last 5, although that basket not nearly as dramatic as his last one.
A big hoop coming out of the second half. And don't forget, Bands has 3 fouls. Oh, nice floater.
Little finger roll by Mohamed Hester.
Malik Mohamed Hester with 8 now. That's a good job by him. Shea can stay out of foul trouble, and you got to keep obviously Bands in the game. Who got a block, who got a strip right there.
Look out from behind. Bands has it knocked away. Good hustle by Angel Sanchez. Boy, these Hawks are quick.
Oh, they are. They are devastating. Where they just keep throwing waves at you, and one kid athletic after the next, and they're big too.
Gia Little contact there. He tried to avoid the charge, and I think in doing so, missed the basket.
Blocked from behind by Bands, playing with 3 fouls. Kind of dangerous.
Losing the basketball was Bands. Gia, 3. Hustled in and had the inside position on the rebound. And then 2 for Fiorito. He now scored the last 7 points for the Hawks.
Yeah, the 6'1" sophomore.
Gia will be fouled. Will go to the line to shoot 2, where he is 2 for 2 on the afternoon.
Yeah, looking to dunk it right there, and good job by Gia, the senior, who's looking to play prep basketball next year. This has a great article in the Woonsocket Call about him, about, it was everything to his mother. Moved from New York to Pawtucket to be back with their father, and has a good stability at home, good family base, and that's made the world of difference, his parents and his life. Abdul Gia.
Now a perfect 4 of 4 from the line. The lead is back up to 3.
Ironically, the Hendricken fans have set themselves up behind the Shea bench in the second half at the end, maybe for intimidation purposes.
You would think so.
That's the end where the roadie. That's where the ruckus, the roadie fans usually sit down on that end on the floor side. Good call.
Violation, absolutely, Tyrone Weeks.
Yeah, he got tangled up in there, did Tyrone Weeks, and he one jump stop too many. Jamal Gomes wants the foul. Saying there's a foul to Brent Kerman, yet he talks to Frank Iannetta, who once again wasn't involved in the play, but maybe planting a seed for later on.
Cross court to Mohamed Hester. Lost possession.
Just didn't concentrate. Those are the ones you got to make sure you control the basketball.
Hawks baseline. Nice shot by Sanchez, the lead. Back to 1. That's the 3rd time the Hawks have cut it to 1 in this half, and each time Shea has answered.
Well, what they've done too here is nice pass.
Pass underneath Mohamed Hester.
What Hendricken's doing now is just attacking the basket, going short corner, and just pull up jumpers, not settling for long jump shots, although they do right there.
That would have been for the tie. Shot missed. Rebound missed by Milers. 1 more for Missoula, and that'll be the 3rd foul on Gia.
Yeah, he reached down one hand. We talked about this earlier on as well.
No, it's not Gia. They'll call it on so.
Good job by the officiating crew there, making sure Gia stays in the game, whether it was his foul or not, but the foul will go on so.
And if Shea were to be in a situation later in this game looking for someone to foul, my pick would be Missoula, who is now 1 of 5 in this game.
And it's baffling because he shot 70% on the year. Brendan and I don't know if you heard us at the half as you were doing your duties on the board, but it's the depth perception in here. It's a cavern. We had talked about that. Even though the teams played here yesterday, doesn't mean you do things today, especially at the end where there's nobody at. It's just a big black screen and blue seats, probably a good 30, 40 feet behind the basket.
Oh, that's definitely no call. And this time I agree with Jamal Gomes. That one tipped away. 3-on-2 for the Hawks. And the basket, they are back to within 1.
Bobby Fiorito has now scored 9 of the last 11 Hendricken points to cut this lead to 1 with 12:45 to go. Hendricken defensively, the key is they're going to try to take charges against Shea just attacking. I don't know why that wasn't a kick.
I think these guys want this championship. Look out!
Oh, you called it. Look out. Well, that was a great set. That's a great set right there. And down the other end, there's a big block.
The athleticism that we are seeing from both teams, but the last 30 seconds from the Shea Raiders.
It's low scoring. You know what? It's definitely fun to watch, though, Peter.
And I think Ajia hurt himself. Oh, and that would be a big blow for the Raiders.
Speaking of injuries, if you're suffering from an orthopedic injury, maybe he should come to Ortho Rhode Island, where high tech meets personal touch, where caring doctors will listen, utilize the latest in robotics and medical innovations. Visit orthopedicsri.com to learn how our team and technology can help you.
Mohammed Hester fighting for the rebound, can't get it back. So a 3-point lead for Shea, 32-27. And I don't know if you noticed, Marty, that Erickson Bands was just standing out near midcourt. And I'm not sure if they've gone boxing one or what they've done, but he was being shadowed wherever he went. I swear if he went to the men's room, they would have followed him there.
Well, we'll see what they do to him on. They'll see what they do to him on this set. If it is a boxing one, you put the ball in his hands is what you do. Triangle and twos, boxing ones, put the ball in the guy's hand, and this way the other guys have got a player.
Mohammed Hester, a nice pass, but so unable to hit on the drive. Three-pointer. Fiorito, he was too close. And Missoula will go to the line to shoot two.
He's athletic, but as you said, the way Missoula's shooting free throws, he made one of them in the first half. He was 1 for 3, and he's 0 for 2 here. Is Missoula. Nobody woke up this morning and said, hey, let's miss some free throws. And Tyrone Weeks right there, good job by him, the junior, 6'3 junior, who just said, just be calm, make a free throw. And it works.
It's like the pitcher struggling to find home plate.
Well, Steve Sachs, try to throw the ball to first base.
And once again, Shea with the answer. Mohammed Hester now has 10 points.
Hendricken has never led in this game. We were tied once at 2. Shea's had the lead from the outset.
And Missoula inside. Those he can make.
Good, strong move. He utilizes his body so well, and that's why he's a Division I college player.
Shot and a foul. Boy, I thought Mohammed Hester was very close there to lowering his shoulder on the way in. And when I heard the whistle, I thought that might go the other way.
Well, obviously, Hendricken's game plan defensively is to step in and take charges. He just didn't do it in a day. It's something you've worked on all year. But today's the day to do it. The backside help, just stay in help. They're not going to dish one more time. They're going to the basket.
And now it's Mohammed Hester missing from the free throw line.
Agia's back in. His right knee is taped. I wonder if he hurt himself on that dunk.
Could have been. He was also fighting for that loose ball on the near sideline. And that's when he took himself out of the game. So the lead is back up to 3 at 33-30, almost stolen away by Tyreek Rodriguez.
Mohammed Hester now with 11 for the Raiders. I think this is the type of game that the Interscholastic League had in mind when they went to this state tournament format, Division II, Division I, 2 athletic teams getting at it.
Three-pointer, no good. Rebound, weak side, Sanchez. And immediately brings it out near midcourt. They spread the floor, get it inside to Weeks, who will be fouled and will go to the line to shoot two. A lot of fouls on Shea. Actually, that's only their third. Seems like a lot more than that this half, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I'm looking at the board, but 2 guys got 3, 2 guys got 2. A lot of them in the first half, but 2 of your better players and your playmakers each have 3 fouls, and Mohammed Hester and Bands. Now here's Shea, too, who didn't win their division tournament. Congratulations. Cumberland Clippers won the D2 tournament. So,
in overtime, 72-64.
What a great game. It was a back and forth. They were down late and they rallied. And also the Wheeler School, first year in the Scholastic League, where you're Division III champions here in Rhode Island. Got to watch them play last week against Narragansett in a very, very spirited game. They represented their division rather well.
Lead down to 1. It's about the 4th or 5th time in this half. It's been a 1-point Shea lead, and they turn the ball over. Hendricken now with the chance to take the lead. And Marty, you just get the feeling if Hendricken takes the lead, look out.
You're right, Shea has done everything to stave them off. But Hendricken just keeps coming, keeps coming, keeps coming.
So checks into the game. Mohammed Hester will get a break.
He's very frustrated. I think that's a good sub by Matt Pitta right there.
Chris Hindle thought about taking the 3. Fiorito gives Hendricken the lead, their first of the evening.
With 9:51 remaining in the game.
And look out down the other way, it's missed. Missed by Weeks. Shea. 3, missed by Agia. Right place, right time by So.
Gerald So, what action back and forth. Sometimes a layup, Weeks kind of got his feet stuck in between right there. If I'm Shea, I'm not even playing Hindle. Just play everybody else.
Fiorito, 2 more. Another lead change.
Boy, Fiorito's had a heck of a game here. 10 points in the second half as well.
Bands denied baseline, but right, do we have a foul or a timeout? It looked as though Matt Pitta wanted a timeout.
Foul. Brent Kerman's going to come out.
Foul will be on Angel Sanchez denying baseline.
Foul numbers are bigger on the Shea's. Both teams, though, however, have 4 team fouls, where it seems like every foul call, as you just alluded to, is going against Shea.
3-pointer missed badly by Rodriguez.
Had a good look at it, a little deep. He leaned back a little bit instead of getting behind his shot.
Fiorito has done a heck of a job at the point. Hindle!
What do I know? Leave Chris Hindle alone. He just banged a 3 from the corner. The stretch.
It was interesting, Marty. An earlier possession, Chris Hindle was all alone in the corner. Decided not to take the 3. This time he did, and he made it. Big block by Missoula.
Uh-oh.
And Hendricken starting to roll 2 for Weeks. This time wasn't even thinking about a jam.
No, he just wanted to make sure that ball went down. Nothing for show here. Let's get the points on the board. Hendricken 6-point lead now.
Oh, tough pass thrown by Bands, knocked out of bounds.
So let's see what Shea does here. You know, it's been a while since they've been up against it.
Trailing by 6. Bands, corner, Mohammed Hester, the miss. Hendricken looking to run, Sanchez will be fouled and will go to the line, shooting 2. And you just feel like it's a totally different game all of a sudden. Hendricken looks so superior.
Yeah, momentum has definitely swung in the way of the Hawks, where, Shea trying to stave him off, and there's Erickson Bands with only 7 points in the game, all in the first half, well below his season average of close to 20 points a game. The free throw has not been too friendly to the Hawks today.
I have them 7 of 14 from the line.
You are a crack data recorder, so I believe you.
8 of 15.
750, the biggest lead of the game is 7. And a violation here by Shea. Still has 3 timeouts left.
Yeah, You've been coaching in this situation. The game seems to be moving really slow. You've got a handle on it.
Yep.
And as a head coach, all of a sudden it's going faster than you and your team can keep up with. And there's only so much you can do.
Oh, you can't. You keep calling timeouts and trying to say the same thing. It just gets frustrating. Sometimes kids have to try to work through stuff on their own. I mean, you put your players in place.
Weeks, fall away.
And Gia, he's walking over near his bench talking to his coach. I don't know if he's limited as to what he can do.
Blocking foul, count the basket, and that is a big, big play for the Raiders of Shea High School. So give the 2 points to So, the blocking foul, and a chance to cut the lead to 6 once again.
Yeah, they went exactly 2 minutes without scoring. The last time they scored was 9:19. They now score with 7:19. So you can't have 2-minute droughts this late in the game, especially when you're chasing.
We mentioned Hendricken, now 8 of 15. Shea is 8 of 10.
2-2-1 press now by Shea.
Oh, tough call.
Oh, I was going to say that is a very, very tough call.
I thought we're going to the possession arrow.
I thought that both guys went straight up right there as well, but the official sitting right on top of that, obviously. We'll send Sanchez to the line for 2.
Sanchez, 1 of 2 just moments ago. Make it 2 of 3.
Brody Rams are underway out west in Sacramento. No score early, 18:45 left in the first half against Oregon.
Misses the second and then rips the ball away. Sanchez. No angel on that play.
Nice block.
So the lead is 7, inside of 7 left. Off the glass, missed by Bands, gets it back. Held ball will stay with the Raiders.
Good call right there as Bands went after his own rebound and pulled the ball. The other kid fell down, and excellent job right there by the officiating crew.
Bands swallowed up by, this time it was Weeks, then the
Stolen.
steal right back. Missed by Agia, and the ball off of the Hawks. Hawks crowd wanted a traveling violation on Agia. Had it been called, I would not have argued it.
Neither have I. And, Missoula, he had Missoula pinned there. Missoula has 3 fouls. You could have given your 4th foul right there to Missoula, and there's a dead ball foul on Chris Hindle. Still at a 7-point lead, the Hawks do. 6:29, but you're right, this game has definitely ebbed in the way of the Shea Raiders.
Definitely need a score, though, if you are Shea. Trailing by 7. And Hendricken extending their defense has really caused some issues for the Raiders.
Oh,
Well, you need to extend it a little further out or farther out.
It's sometimes with Erickson Bands, last couple games down the stretch, he's really, really taken over some games here. He just showed right there why he's a force to be reckoned with as he banged that 3 home.
Fiorito strong on the 3. Ball will go out of bounds off of Hendricken. They're saying it was off of Sanchez, and it's Hendricken now with the timeout. Logged onto the computer. It can be pronounced either way, or either way if you prefer that.
Oh, yeah.
Either or either.
Tomato, tomato, potato, potato.
Just don't ask Dan Quayle to spell it.
Great job.
Yeah, great ball movement by the Raiders. And how do you beat a team coming out trying to trap at midcourt, move the basketball, and it usually results in a lay-in.
Attack aggressively, too. Shea that time.
Hindle again.
Chris Hindle has come off the bench, only averaging 2.4 points a game. Has made 4 3-pointers on the year. And now he has made 2 today.
Basket missed. Agia fighting for it. Comes away with it. Hey, I'll take a 3. Hits. Boy, there's no question. Especially if he goes, as you mentioned, prep school next year, put some meat on those bones, he can play at the next level.
Oh, yeah, you know, it's funny. I love when he shoots his three-pointer. He sprints right after like it's going to be a miss. And that time he made it, he was like, okay.
Hendel misses.
I think Agia might have got a piece of that one.
Tell you one thing, it's a good thing we are indoors because Hendel's threes are so high they'd bring rain.
Please don't mention the word rain as spring sports starts here tomorrow.
Well, rain would be good because it would melt the snow.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
Hendel gets it to Mazzulla, and there's a problem with the clock. I think this follows me wherever I go.
Unsure of who the foul was called on me. It was on Gerald So, I believe.
Yeah, yesterday during the Mass D1 state championship game, they had 7 stoppages in play because there was issues with the clock. And to be honest with you, I think it was the clock operator.
Well, you know what it is. Usually that's the case. I don't think they bring roadie people in here. I think they have people who work for the league here and these different facilities. It could have been just a question about who the foul was on. They are resetting the clock. It was 5 minutes, I believe, on the clock when that went to timeout. They're trying to figure out how to reset the shot clock, maybe. A lot of clocks have functions, too. You can reset, go to your last stoppage of play. Just trying to work it out. And, you know, timeout week, so we're talking to Jamal Gomes taking some extra time. It'll be a little extra timeout for the Hawks with them down at this end. Frank Iannetta and the other officials still trying to discuss what's going on.
Well, after all of that, I think the only thing they did was put an extra second on the clock.
Yeah, that's it. You never know. You might need it down the stretch. Fiorito with the ball was at 10 points this half, 15 on the game. He's played very he's the one who really got Hendricken going, Peter, igniting them.
Three-pointer won't go. Rebound, Mazzulla.
Second possession in a row, Mazzulla grabs an offensive rebound.
Yeah, and if you're Shea, you do not want to give Hendricken that many chances. There's a 4th rebound. Give it to... It will be given to Weeks. That's what I thought.
Timeout Weeks. That's the 3rd straight shot that they have the ball. Now Barnes loses the ball.
Fiorito. The lead is just like that. Back up to 6, 52-46.
Every possession is big, you know. From the 4-minute mark in, you really can't ill afford to turn the ball over, let alone come with empty possessions, especially when you're trailing.
Tell you, when you read about this game in the newspaper tomorrow, if Hendricken goes on to win, you're going to read about their defense coming out beyond half court in the second half, and that has really unsettled this Shea offense.
Yeah, they've extended out a little bit and really taken Shea more so or less. It looks like they are kind of playing a box-in-one on Erickson Barnes, not allowing him to even touch the ball. And by taking himself out of it, it kind of disrupts the offense here.
Yep, he does Hendricken a favor. He just is hanging out near midcourt.
Good point. I'd say put the ball in his hands, let him handle the ball.
Mazzulla out to Fiorito, to Hendel in the corner to Sanchez, wing Sanchez. Weeks just inside the three-point circle. Shot won't go.
So good job corralling that rebound for the Raiders, who trail by 6.
Shot hung on the rim, but missed by Duarte. Now let's face it, Hendricken will allow Shea to do that all night long.
Oh, absolutely, especially for unique Duarte, who's not particularly known for his offense. He's a good defensive and a good passing player.
Weeks, left side to Fiorito.
This is using clock here, too, now. It's a possession game with a 6-point lead and 2:33 remaining in the game.
Poked away by Agia. 7 on the shot clock, 2:33 game clock. Weeks blocked by
Mohamed Hester, I believe.
You know, there's a case where Shea, for whatever reason, almost didn't seem ready on the inbounds.
No, they didn't. That's not the. It's a good thing you brought that up earlier in this half as well. The ball went in. These guys were kind of walking down the court and gave Hendricken the opportunity to attack and push the ball. Weeks, I have 5 for 6 from the free throw line today. We'll get a pair.
As a team, they are 9 of 17. 10 of 18 for 56%.
Out west, last update that I had, the Rhodey Rams with an 8-6 lead early against the Oregon Ducks.
Here it's an 8-point lead with 2.5 left for the Hawks of Hendricken.
One there, Shea's going to start to come out and press at some point as well.
Shot missed. Duarte comes away with it. Some numbers for the Raiders. An extra pass. Long range 3. Bands. No good. And Hendricken coaching staff imploring their team, slow down. And then a foul will be called on Duarte. That will be the 8th or 9th team foul. So the Hawks will shoot 1 and 1.
There's 1-1, as you mentioned. Fiorito has had a great game, 17 points for Fiorito. I have 17. The board says 15.
I have him for 17 as well.
Well, we'll make it 18 then. How's that? More importantly, as this game ticks on, Hendricken's lead is growing exponentially.
Hawks now 13 of 21 from the line. Hendricken will take the timeout. 13 of 21 from the line. Shea is of the defense that's been thrown at them here in the second half.
Yeah, that's right. And now Hendricken extending even more. All right, they haven't found a way to solve it yet, and they're playing a box on him and so with a long jump shot.
Almost a traveling violation, and now a reach-in foul on Duarte, who I thought could have been called for a foul in going after that rebound.
Yeah, some of the frustration starting to show on the side of Shea. Still some game left here. You know, it's stop and score. Tower just said 1 possession at a time, but you got to make sure they're quick possessions. So Weeks will be shooting 1-1 again.
So I'm not sure, but I think here for New England, this is it for the New England NFHS network until the spring. What am I going to do with my weekends?
I'm sure your wife has plans for you.
I know my golf clubs do.
7 straight points from the free throw line from Bishop Hendricken, 4 in a row by Tyrone Weeks.
Yeah, they were under 500 or under 50% free throw shooting. That's now up to 65%. And Duarte will be fouled going to the hole.
One way to get the clock stopped is get to the basket and make your free throws and use that as your ally as well. Also, if you want to end chronic pain, Ortho Rhode Island has your back. Our doctors listen and educate, empowering you to take an active role in your care. And with 17 locations, your path to healing is closer than you think. Learn more at orthopedicsri.com.
2 free throws for Yannick Duarte. Misses the first.
Erickson bans the defense to box and 1 employed 2 and stretching the defense out, as you alluded to, that the Hawks have applied in the second half is definitely the difference. Bans with only 10 points.
Bands had 7 at halftime, 3 here in the second half. And Duarte will foul immediately.
This could be the longest minute, 31 seconds that you've ever seen.
Do you think that may become a rule change in the future?
Yeah, you know what they were talking about? I mean, you listen to all these things of all these baseball people and basketball people trying to do that. Do you extend it to maybe 11 fouls, double bonus, or
Well, I like.
or do you get rid of it, or do you go to the collegiate level? What the women do? Women do.
Yeah, women 5 fouls per quarter.
Per quarter.
So if a team gets 6 fouls or 7 fouls in the third quarter, or in this case, the first 8 minutes of the second half, it gets wiped out.
Oh, I
entering the
like that.
fourth
I like
quarter.
that. I personally like it.
You know when I would also wipe it out? When you go into overtime.
Oh, sure, because
it's an extra period.
Oh, it's an extra period. It's a fresh start for everybody.
How about this one too? You foul out in the game when you go into overtime. Then 6 becomes so a player who is fouled out can come back in.
Oh, I really like that.
But you'd have to go every 2 overtimes before you'd allow 7 fouls and 8 fouls. Because now high school basketball, 4-minute OT or 5?
4-minute OT.
4-minute OT. I remember years, showing my age here, I remember when OT in high school basketball was 3 minutes. Do you remember
Yes,
that?
that's where we used to start that way. Unique Duart is fouled out of the game, the 5'6" senior. Just hit on 1 of 2 free throws. Wearing the Shea uniform for the last time ever, has represented his school proudly.
I have Fiorito unofficially for 21 points right now.
I do as well. I'm with you.
I found out our mistake. One of the baskets we gave to Fiorito apparently went to Sanchez.
Okay, so we'll put that there and we'll erase it there. And
because as much as we consider ourselves official, we are not the official book.
No, we are not. And well, 19, 21. The last thing Jamal Gomes is telling his guys is, what do you want to do?
Yeah, why are you fouling?
Bans his first trip to the free throw line. Is very effective from there yesterday as well.
This is the second rebound and a putback and a timeout called by Shea.
Yeah, Malik Muhammad has to still work, and now the lead.
No moments.
Thank you for joining us on this Sunday afternoon here in Rhode Island.
Foul will be called on Agia.
Some coaches would say that's an intentional foul because he didn't go after the ball. I know there was a point of contention in a few of the NCAA games this week, but you know, that's, you're trying to foul. No bodily harm called. Good job by the officiating crew right there, Brent Kerman.
How about you do this? Fouls 7 through 10 are 1 and 1. Oh, let's go really radical. 7 through 10 are 1 and 1. So the 11th foul becomes 2, and when you get to 15 points, the team with the lead, well, the team gets to either take 2 free throws or just take the basketball.
You know what? That would speed things up. I'll tell you that right now. That would definitely change the game.
I'm always trying to change the rules of the games.
It's about changing it for the better, though, you know.
So right now, foul 7, 8, 9.
It's 1 and 1.
Now the 10th is 2. So 10th would also be 1 and 1. Then 11, 12, 13, 14 would be 2. And then 15 would be, if you want the 2 free throws, you can have them, or you can inbounds the basketball.
Oh, just take the ball, take the points and take the points, the ball, or the free throws.
Yeah. Like a technical foul.
You know, in the old days, as a matter of fact, you would say to the ref, hey, I'm going to foul right now before the clock even goes. Watch it. We're going to grab that kid's jersey. That now is called an intentional foul because you're announcing that you're going to foul.
Down by 12, and if you're the Hawks, the last thing you want to do here is foul. What a basket by Bands.
Yeah, hats off to Matt Pitter and this Shea Raider team who only lost 1 game all. Good guys getting in foul trouble. That's going to haunt you. And obviously, it looks like it's come back to haunt Shea here.
And a foul will be called with 1:02 remaining.
There's a thing, too, now where, do you go offense, defense? Obviously, the minute left. It's tough to do. Bobby Fiorito kind of gave these guys the spark here, and Tyrone Weeks has jumped on his back from the free throw line.
I think one of the things Hendricken has to do here, they have to apply some pressure to make Shea take 14, 15 seconds off the clock. Right now, they're just letting Bands just drive to the basket.
Oh, I agree.
Which they ended up doing there.
And that'll be it for Erickson Bands, his 5th foul, this good-looking freshman for the Shea Raiders.
Yeah, that's hard to believe, isn't it? What's he going to be like as a senior?
Oh, Lord almighty. Joe Adeboyega replaces Erickson Bands.
The sad thing is, he can't get any faster. I used to be quick when I was that age.
Yeah. I thought I was quick. I never was, though.
Weeks misses the free throw.
At the line quite a bit, Tyrone Weeks.
He's now 10 of 13. 11 of 14. Is there a point, if you're Matt Pitta, that you stop fouling?
Yeah, I think it's come to that point right now.
Apparently not. And he will clear his bench, which is usually a sign that, and it's certainly nothing against the players that are checking in, but it's usually a sign that you're waving the white towel.
Yeah, he'll take out Joe Adeboyega. Joe Adeboyega just came in. He'll take out Agia. Looks like he's going to take out everybody. You get these 5 guys in the game who haven't been in yet.
Marquis Gomes, Ruben Delgado. Number 22, who I don't have listed.
Let these guys get a standing ovation. They've done a great job for this program. Even the Hendricken faithful all on their feet, cheering for the Shea guys as well.
Number 22, not listed on the Shea roster, so our apologies to him. Also, number 14 not listed in the roster. Number 11, Stenio Lopes is. Yes. Trust me, they're not there, Marty.
No, listen, I do trust you. I thought I had a different roster. Obviously not.
Zachary Books.
Tale of two cities. A lot of hugs on the Hendricken side, a lot of high five, and a lot of pats on the back. And for Shea, dejection. Although it shouldn't be dejection, Great job by this program, by Coach Matt Pitta here.
Hey, I just saw something that I absolutely love. Tyrone Weeks missed the free throw. And the official scorer, blew the horn so that the sub could get in the game.
Yeah, that's a great job right there.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jared Mazzulla, Kalen Watkins. Who else is out there? Daniel Kennedy. Three-pointer.
Great job by the Shea bench getting up and saluting that, even though they fell on the bitter end of this. Great battle by the Shea Raiders.
And the Hawks are state champions. D1 and, overall state champions.
They just outworked them. They outwilled them as they head down to their faithful at the north side of the Ryan Center here to their fans, to a raucous ovation for the all-boys school located in Warwick.
I went into that school for the first time about 3 years ago. I'd heard so much about it. That's an old school.